Hey, welcome to Week 12 of the J&J Express Sports Beat. I'm your host, Brett Butler.
And I'm your host, Jeffrey Scher, and welcome you live again from Changing Times Ale House in East Northport, Long Island, home of the world-famous Wings. Just a small recap of Week 11 there last week. Horrible week all around. We went 5-11 each against the spread. Both our locks were 1 and 2, but I want to thank everybody for the comments and the emails, and we'll try to respond to you as soon as possible as we get it, but keep them coming, man. We have a nice following. Just last week, you got two big upsets. You got Oakland and Kansas City losing. 2 games were decided by half a point. I mean, Denver self-destructing again. The whole AFC North lost, and the underdogs had a big week again at 10-6. So, big weekend again. Thanksgiving is tomorrow, so we're going to go right to it. Starting off with Green Bay, 6-4 at Detroit, 2-8. Detroit's getting 11 points here at home. Thanksgiving, who do you like there, Brett?
In the past, on Thanksgiving, Detroit's always lost by a lot, and they haven't lost by less than 11 since 03 on Thanksgiving. Even with Green Bay, Al Harris and Aaron Campbell are out, I'll still take Green Bay.
I like Green Bay also. They're 15-2 past 17 versus Detroit. Hey, Detroit barely to get by Cleveland last week. Oakland 3-7 at Dallas 7-3. Oakland's getting 13.5. I like Oakland in this game. Oakland, nice win against Cincinnati at home. Big after they were down 14-0. Big spread here, but hey, Oakland, you know.
Yeah, Oakland was able to take advantage of Cincinnati's fumbles and mistakes. I like Dallas in this one though. On Thanksgiving again, they win by an average of 28 points since 06. Well, I gotta have to take Dallas and a bounce back game.
Dallas barely beat Washington, and they're 0-3 at home versus the Raiders since 1987. So I don't know. I like Oakland. You got the Giants next, 6-4 at Denver, 6-4. Denver's getting 6.5. Who do you like in this team?
I like Denver actually. With the short week and the travel and then the high altitude for the Giants, and their defense in recent weeks at the end of games, I like Denver to bounce back in this one. Plus, the Giants are 0-2 in Denver the last 2 games.
I'll tell you something. I like the Giants in this game. Denver's in a free fall. They got slaughtered by San Diego 32-3. I think they're going to have a good game this week. It was a nice bounce-back game against Atlanta. I like the Giants. Tampa Bay 1-9 at Atlanta, 5-5. Tampa Bay's getting 12.5. I like Tampa Bay to bounce back in this game. I'm sorry, you know. I like the point spread. Atlanta's 2-7 last 9 at home versus Tampa Bay. So
yeah, Atlanta only has 1 win by more than 12 points in the season. That's against Washington. Tampa Bay's kind of on a hot streak with the exception of last week. And Tampa Bay's also won the last 3 out of the 4 meetings against Atlanta. Raheem Morris now is taking over defensive coordinator.
So you like Tampa Bay too, huh?
I'll take Tampa.
Okay, Miami 5-5 at Buffalo, 3-7. Buffalo's getting +3. What do you like in this game, Brett?
I like Buffalo in this. Their new coach Fitzpatrick put he put Fitzpatrick in there and told him to throw the ball, and him and Owens hooked up for almost 200 yards last week.
The interim coach over there, possible Shanahan, is now starting to talk to them in Buffalo. Yeah. Hey, I like Buffalo also. Bills are 8-2 against the spread, past 10 games versus Miami. So hey, we both like Buffalo in this game. You got Cleveland 1-9 and Cincinnati 7-3. Cleveland's getting 14. I like Cleveland in this game. Last 9 games between the two of them, Cincinnati's 5-4 against the spread, but hey, they play them tough, and I like Cleveland in this game getting 14.
Yeah, I look for a letdown this week. Cleveland, they put their heart into it last week and came up with the loss, and it was against
Cincinnati
Detroit,
was up,
they did.
and also Cincinnati was up 14-0. He ended up losing to Oakland,
yeah,
so
all those fumbles.
and coming back, we'll see what happens.
I think Cincinnati's got the revenge twofold. They lost last week, plus they didn't win by that much in Cleveland in week.
So you like Cleveland too?
I take Cincy.
I take Cincy. Arizona 7-3 at Tennessee, 4-6. Arizona's getting 2.5. I like Tennessee in this game. Arizona, you got Warner, doesn't know whether he's coming back or not. Leinart is not a great backup. I got to take Tennessee in this game. Vince Young is 4-0 in the 4 starts that he started after that 59-0 game. I like Tennessee.
That's a good point. Also, if Leinart actually starts, it'll be him versus Vince Young, which is like the 06 Rose Bowl again. We know what happened then, but I'm still going to go with Arizona in this. I think Warner will start, and I think he'll pick them apart.
Okay. Seattle 3-7 at St. Louis, 1-9. St. Louis is getting +3. Who do you like in this game?
I'll definitely take Seattle. Mark Bulger's out with a broken leg now, and it should be a gimme for Seattle and St. Louis.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I like St. Louis in this game because Steven Jackson is running his. They're keeping it close. They covered against New Orleans. They covered against Arizona, both at home. Hey, 3 points. Seattle's not going anywhere. They're horrible on the road. They're 0-5 against the spread. It's a battle of who cares, but, I got to take St. Louis at home in this one. Chicago 4-6 at Minnesota 9-1. Chicago's getting 10.5 points. I like Minnesota in this game. I mean, later points. Minnesota's looking strong. Jay Cutler can't even play well at home again. Come on, Minnesota's on, autofocus right now.
Yeah, I'll take Minnesota. Brett Favre's got a 69.7 overall passing percentage, probably the best he's ever done. Only 3 interceptions on the year. And Cutler,
Chicago's terrible on the road.
Cutler's playing at 4:15. That's halfway to prime time. So I look for him to dismantle his own team.
Carolina 4-6 at the Jets 4-6. Carolina's getting +3. Who do you like in this game?
I have to take the Jets again on this. I don't think Carolina's all that good of a team. They played well the last couple of weeks, but I think that they're going to.
Well, I'll say this: Carolina's 3-1 against the spread in the last 4 games against the Jets. I gotta like Carolina in this game, getting the points. The Jets are self-destructing. They're 1-6 since going 3-0. Hey, they're looking towards next year. Washington 3-7 and Philadelphia 6-4. Washington's getting 9. I like Washington in this game. They played a nice tight game against Dallas. Philly did have a nice win against Chicago, but Washington is 7-2 against the spread, past 9 versus the Eagles. I like Washington in this game.
I'm going to take Philly in this at home. I know LaShawn McCoy has been running well in place of Westbrook, and Betts is out, and Portis for Washington, so they don't have much of a running game. The O-line's kind of depleted.
You like
as
the
well.
Eagles, huh?
I'll take Philly.
All right, Indianapolis 10-0 at Houston 5-5. Houston's getting +3. Who do you like in this game?
I like Indy to bounce back and put some points on the board. Finally, the last couple of weeks they haven't been able to do that. They only scored 30 points once in the last 4 games. So I look for them to bounce back against Houston at home.
Houston had a big game against Tennessee on Monday night. I definitely expected more from them. Colts are 13-1 straight up, past 14 versus Houston. Last time these two played, the spread was 9. Houston covered. This time it's only 3. I like the Colts in this game as well. Kansas City 3-8 at San Diego 7-3. Kansas City is getting 13.5 points. Hey, I like Kansas City in this game. Nice win against Pittsburgh. San Diego was destroying Denver in a free fall, but Kansas City's 5-3 against the spread the last 8 versus San Diego. So I like Kansas City plus points.
Yeah, division games always close. I like Jamal Charles and Chris Chambers. They form some sort of a semblance of an offense on Kansas City for once. So I'll take Kansas City.
Great. Jacksonville 6-4 at San Francisco 4-6. Jacksonville's getting 3. Who do you like in this game?
I like San Francisco. Jacksonville on the West Coast. The last time they were there, they got blown out 41-0 to
Seattle. They beat Buffalo last week.
They're missing Rasheed Morris, one of their best defensive backs.
San Francisco is 4-6, but they are 7-2-1 against the spread. So that means they play very well when the game is close. I like San Francisco as well. Sunday night, you got Pittsburgh 6-4 at Baltimore 5-5. Baltimore's getting +2. What do you like in this game, Brett?
I like Pittsburgh in this, as always. I just think in prime time, Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers step up, so I have to take them.
Roethlisberger has a concussion. Status might be, don't know by Sunday. I like Baltimore in this game. Pitt had a bad loss against Kansas City. Pittsburgh is horrible against the spread. They're 3-7 against the spread. He likes Pittsburgh. I like Baltimore. Monday night, New England 7-3 at New Orleans 10-0. This is a big showdown. New England's getting 3. I think this is the first big test for New Orleans. I think New England's going to, if they don't win, they're going to make it close. I like New England in this game.
Yeah, I have to take New England too. The last couple of years, they've always been the best team. Everyone thinks if they're ever underdog, they still cover.
First of all, this is the first real tough game for New Orleans, real test. If you look at their whole schedule this year, it's been pretty kind of soft. They're taking New Orleans. Okay, now we're going to our 3 locks that we started doing last week. The locks weren't so great last week, but this week I like Oakland, I like Minnesota, and I like San Francisco. Oakland against Dallas, Minnesota against Chicago, San Francisco against Jacksonville. Who do you like?
I like Minnesota over Chicago at home. I like Seattle over St. Louis in St. Louis. And I also like Dallas over Oakland on Thanksgiving.
Okay, so there you have it, folks. Week 12 of the NFL season. Well, as usual, we're coming to you live from the Changing Times Ale House in East Northport, Long Island, home of the world-famous wings. We want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week. And keep the emails and comments coming, folks. Take care.